Now on CoastTV News.
It's a frosty Friday morning for portions of Delmarva. A frost advisory in effect for inland areas of Delaware and the eastern shore, and temperatures into the mid-30s, even some lower 30s. More on that and a warmer weekend forecast coming up.
Shipping success, movement again for the Port of Baltimore. A look at the new temporary channel when the permanent one will be open. Paying more for brief stay, we look at several coastal communities attempting to get the power to implement lodging taxes.
With the first pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Caleb Williams.
Williams to the Windy City. The NFL Draft began last night as quarterbacks dominate the first 10 picks.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is Friday, April 26, 2024. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick, and Paige Marley has the day off. Thank you for being up with us during this 5 o'clock hour, and we have arrived at the weekend. To help get us started, let's bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihy. He joins us now with a look at First Alert weather. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Delmarva. It's a frosty Friday morning. Inland areas, you can see the area shaded in blue across Delaware and the eastern shore of Maryland. Frost advisory until 9 a.m. Driving in, I had about 36, 37 degrees in Milton. We're 36 in Milton right now, 34 in Georgetown. So plenty cold for frost inland areas, basically along and west of 113. Hope you protected your plants. We're looking at some mid to upper 40s along the coast. So along the immediate coast, you're good because you have a little bit of a wind, but inland areas, it's calm and it's clear, and that's why we're seeing some of that frost with the mainly clear skies. Seeing some clouds across southern Delaware, moving into southern parts of Delmarva. Otherwise, it's mainly clear skies and a cold flow around high pressure out of the east. So we warm from the 30s into the 40s. Here's 7 a.m., low to mid 40s across much of Delaware. We're looking at a lot of sunshine today, but it will be chilly with an easterly wind, with temperatures slowly warming through the 50s by noon. Upper 50s well inland, and then 40s and 50s along the coast. Low to mid 50s right along the 113 corridor. So temperatures below average into this afternoon and quite chilly, with temperatures falling into the 40s and 50s this evening, and feeling even colder with this easterly wind this afternoon. But at least temperatures are beginning to rise. We've got a huge warm up into the weekend, and especially early next week. Much more on that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Bob. Happening today, a grand benefit concert is coming to Delmar. It's Heacook Fest 2024. The Amish Outlaws and Dust and Showers Band will perform at the amphitheater by the Kylan Barn. You can also expect local vendors, kids' activities, the Funny Farm Petting Zoo, and more. The event is held at the end of April each year. It's to honor Corporal Keith Heacook, who was beaten to death in the line of duty this week 3 years ago. This community event runs from 5 to 9:30 p.m. And while admission is free, donations and money will be raised to go to nonprofits Operation We Care and Behind the Line. Some shocking pictures on your screen that we're going to show you. This is an accident Thursday morning in Georgetown. Take a look here. The Georgetown Fire Department Fire Company says it happened after 7 a.m. on Route 9. You can see the pickup truck that ran into the guardrail. The guardrail is lying on the roadway. Traffic backed up there. That slowed the morning commute. We do not have any information about injuries at this time. First cargo ship has successfully left Baltimore Harbor following the Key Bridge collapse in March. It's a sign the recovery is moving forward at the key U.S. port. This trip went through a temporary new channel that was made around the wreckage. Officials predict a permanent channel will be available within the next 5 to 6 weeks. On Thursday, Lewis City Council heard a presentation from Robert Koop, that's Delaware's first marijuana commissioner. Per the law that made recreational pot legal in Delaware, municipalities have the authority to not allow marijuana businesses in their jurisdiction. Lewis officials have not determined what their pot policy will be. Commissioner Koop did not make any stance for or against recreational weed in his presentation.
Hopefully, by giving them more information, it removes the unknowns, it removes some of the fears, and they're making really informed decisions. So it's good. I really enjoy it.
As for the Office of the Marijuana Commissioner itself, it has a lot of big deadlines coming up. The closest one being July 11th. That's when the state hopes to adopt regulations for licensing marijuana businesses. We're going to stay in Lewis for this next story. That's where Mayor Andrew Williams and the City Council talked for over an hour Thursday about changing the gross receipts rental tax and adding a lodging tax for short-term rentals like Airbnbs or bed and breakfasts. City is considering raising the gross receipts tax from 5% to 6%. Hotels already have to pay an 8% state lodging tax, but that could change too. City is talking about adding their own 3% tax on top of that. One hotel owner told CoastTV News that the current operating costs are already making it difficult to run a small property.
If I owned a hotel in Europe, I'd be paying 1% on my credit card fees. Here I pay 3 to 5%. And I could just go through a long list of you would be astounded at how much we pay in fees and taxes now. And our utilities have doubled in the last 4 years here in Lewis.
No decisions were made. The mayor said the next step for the lodging tax could possibly be adding it to a future agenda to discuss spending and sending it to a public hearing. New this morning, more coastal communities looking to have visitors pay more for an overnight stay. According to the Delaware General Assembly on Thursday, 2 separate bills approved by the state Senate would allow Millsboro to impose a lodging tax and for Millville to reinstate theirs. Both bills now move on to the House of Representatives for review. Heading to Ocean City, vacationers might also soon face a hike in their hotel bills. House Bill 186 in Annapolis successfully passed the Maryland House and Senate, seeks to grant Eastern Shore counties the authority to raise the hotel tax from 5% to 6% in Maryland. The bill awaits the signature and approval of Governor Wes Moore. New this morning, a new bill was introduced in the Delaware State Senate that would impose safety requirements on newly constructed or renovated schools. According to the General Assembly, Senate Bill 279 would require schools to have ballistic-resistant glass in certain areas. The bill would also change the preview process for renovations. It will now be debated in the Senate Education Committee. This morning, Caleb Williams celebrating the fact that he is the first overall pick of this year's NFL draft. The USC quarterback was selected by the Chicago Bears. He won the Heisman Trophy in 2022, and last season he threw for more than 3,600 yards and 30 touchdowns. Right after that, Washington picked the 2023 Heisman Trophy winner, Jaden Daniels from LSU. Hoping this ends the Burgundy and Gold's long search for a franchise quarterback. The Eagles took Toledo cornerback Quinion Mitchell with a 22nd overall pick, and 8 picks later, the Ravens had the same idea. They went for speedy cornerback Nate Wiggins out of Clemson. We'll have more on the NFL draft later on Coast TV News Today. In Frankfurt, from above with our Coast Copter, we're going to show you the location of a new factory sports complex that's set to open May 1st. The location is in a 20,000 square foot warehouse off of Route 113. It's right by the water. We're showing you this on your screen right now. The new complex from Factory Sports will have 2 basketball courts, an indoor turf field, and strength and agility training. U.S. Supreme Court heard oral arguments in former President Trump's presidential immunity case on Thursday. The court signaled the case could go back to a lower court to define official acts that could delay the trial. Meanwhile, in Manhattan, the former president's hush money trial continues, and NBC's Bree Jackson shows us what came out of both of those days in court.
The U.S. Supreme Court heard oral arguments on whether former President Donald Trump is immune from prosecution in the federal case accusing him of plotting to overturn the 2020 election results.
If you don't have immunity, you just have a ceremonial president.
Prosecutors refute Trump's claims, arguing that the former president's actions were only for personal gain and should not be shielded from prosecution.
The framers knew too well the dangers of a king who could do no wrong.
Trump's legal team insists that his efforts to overturn the 2020 election were official acts taken in office, and without criminal immunity, a president cannot make controversial decisions without fear of being charged.
Without presidential immunity from criminal prosecution, there can be no presidency as we know it.
Liberal justices express concerns about a president having total immunity.
I'm trying to understand what the disincentive is from turning the Oval Office into, the seat of criminal activity in this country.
Conservative justices raised questions about how this ruling will impact the office of the presidency moving forward.
Will that not lead us into a cycle that destabilizes the functioning of our country as a democracy.
Former President Trump spent Thursday in a New York courtroom where he faces criminal charges of falsifying business records to cover up hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 election. He denies any wrongdoing. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
Most of the Supreme Court justices seemed in favor of at least some protection from criminal charges, but not absolute immunity. Just getting started this morning on CoastTV News Today. Coming up, boardwalk dedication. We'll show you the man behind the boards. That's him right there at the nation's summer capital, and how long he says he plans to continue his essential work. Also, Fenwick Town Council set to review a request for new equipment for its police department. We'll tell you what new tools the officers are hoping to get approval for. And the summer paid parking season is approaching. We have what you need to know about how much it will cost you to park in our coastal communities. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
On Coast Life, join us as we celebrate Arbor Day with a local tree planting event and celebration at a local elementary school. Plus, meet our adorable pet of the week who's looking for a forever home. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
Get ready for 4 days of fun in the sun at SpringFest. Enjoy amazing food, live entertainment, unique artisan products, and more. With over 200 artisan vendors, local food, and enhanced selections of beer and wine, don't miss this free event located at the Ocean City Inlet from May 2nd through the 5th. SpringFest features 2 stages and more than 30 live performances, including headliners, The Olivia Show, a tribute to Olivia Newton-John, country music sensation Lauren Elena, and alternative rock band Everclear. Don't miss out. Get all the details at ococean.com/SpringFest.
Hi, I'm Chris Adams, owner of Mattress Peddlers, your local family-owned starter mattress retailer. Did you know there were multiple types of adjustable bases to choose from? And they're not just for hospitals and grandparents, but for hard-working folks too. If you suffer from any of these, or if you use pillows to keep yourself comfortable at night, it's time to consider an adjustable base. Get informed, try them out, and adjust to sleep better tonight.
Mattress Peddlers. For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
We were thinking about doing this garage to get the dust and everything off the floor. We decided to call Pinnacle Concrete Coating. He gave us a color option. There must have been 12 or 14 different colors to choose from. Everything they said they were going to do, they did perfect. And they worked, man, I tell you what, those guys worked so doggone. They said they could do it in 8 hours, and they did it in 8 hours. This is not a garage no more. It's a room for my vehicle. That's what I love about it. Call up Pinnacle, and I guarantee you'll be happy.
From inside Iran, from Israel, from Florida. Part of our continued reporting.
I think we're all safe. Everybody good?
Women, children, established.
5:13 and a frosty Friday morning for inland areas. Here's our Bay Health Cam. Milford right now, 36, plenty cold for frost for you. So pretty much all of Sussex County and all of Delaware. Inland areas away from the coast under a frost advisory until 9. And that includes the eastern shore of Maryland as well. So I hope you protected your plants as we have temperatures 36 Delmar, 34 Georgetown, freezing in Red, 32, 38 Seaford, 34 in Greenwood. A little warmer along the coast, so you're not seeing frost there. Got a little bit of a breeze, but it's calm inland, and we're looking at mainly clear skies right now, so the light winds and the calm conditions giving us a frost, but a cool easterly wind will keep us chilly. And chilly on the golf course today. Leaving my putt a little shy, but still in the good range. We're looking at sunshine, but a little chilly, still cool, 58. But hey, sunshine and golf, I think those go together, Matt.
So close, Bob. All right. An upcoming traffic situation in Lewis. Robinsonville Road will be closed between Route 24 and Conley's Chapel Road. DelDOT says that this will be closed from May 6th to mid-August due to the Highway Safety Improvement Program. According to DelDOT, the closure is part of the Robinsonville and Angola Road project. The project includes pavement widening, extensions of turn lanes, realignment of Robinsonville Road to Route 24. For more information about this project, you can go to our website, coasttvnews.com. Speaking of driving, here's what you need to know when you're heading to the beaches this summer from Bethany Beach to Ocean City. In Bethany and Fenwick Island, parking season starts May 15th. When visiting, you have to pay $3 an hour. Over in Ocean City, paid parking season starts on May 24th. It is $3.50 per hour with special rates applying on July 4th. For more details, specifics, and a full guide on the summer parking on the coast, you can go to our website, CoastTV.com. Mother's Day, nearly 2 weeks away, and according to the National Retail Federation, consumers are expected to spend a near-record $33.5 billion this Mother's Day. Largest spending amount will go towards jewelry, special outings, electronics, and flowers. Average sum of a person is expected to spend will be a little more than $250. It's only been a week since Taylor Swift released the Tortured Poets Department, but it's already reached 1 billion streams on Spotify, according to the digital music service. This is the first album to do that. The Tortured Poets Department is now the platform's most streamed album in a single day, with 300 million. Still ahead, police in Fenwick Island requesting new equipment from town council. We'll tell you what the new tools the officers say they are in need of.
Inland parts of Delmarva seeing frost. Not so in Lewis. Irish Eyes Camp clear, but 45 there. So right along the coast, you're frost free. It's cool the rest of today, but a big warm up into the weekend and even more warmer. How about just warmer? It's early next week with 80s on the way. I'll have your forecast details in 2 minutes.
With all the choices of services on Delmarva, where do you even begin? Trust experts of various fields with Delmarva Experts. Sponsored by Kitchen Concepts Plus, Chesapeake Eye Center, Apple Discount Drugs, FLC Energy, Spicer Brothers Construction, Mattress Peddlers, Homewell Care Services, Robinson's Jewelry and Coin Shop, Delmarva Acupuncture and Wellness Center, Mast Audiology Services, Riptide Restoration, Delmarva Dave, and Buchanan Subaru. Visit DelmarvaExperts.com for various local professionals offering the best of Delmarva. Delmarva Experts. Local experts right when you need them.
Our soldiers are heroes who protect our country. But when they come home, it's up to us to help our heroes. Now, during FH First Spring Into Giving campaign, for every $29 cooling system tune-up we perform, we'll donate that amount directly to Wounded Warrior Project. FH Fur Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical. Call 877-CALL-FUR or visit FHFur.com to schedule your $29 cooling system tune-up. And use hashtag SpringIntoGiving to share how you're giving back.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Legzercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Legzercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Legzercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
Michael Anderson of Anderson Wealth Management has the strategies you need to help plan your retirement. Catch Wise Money right here on WRDE.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
Time is 5:18, and we have a live look for you at a very chilly Lewis. Yesterday, Bob, late afternoon, I got that frost advisory on my phone, so I knew it was going to be a cold morning this morning.
Yeah, I guess somebody was watching Coast TV yesterday
Your bold
morning.
prediction.
Yeah, because who mentioned frost? I don't know. Some guy. That's right. Yeah. No, we did. We said frost, and I think this is perhaps the last frost of the season this morning, and it is a frosty one away from the coast for Delaware, Sussex County, all the way up to Newcastle County for the eastern shore of Maryland. This goes until 9 a.m., but you can see along the coast and inland a few miles, you are void of any warnings because we do have slightly warmer conditions there, but everywhere else inland, shaded in blue, you have that frost advisory until 9 a.m., and that includes the eastern shore through Easton, Goldsboro, Centerville, and American Corner as well. So I hope you did what you needed to do to protect your plants. But I think we're out of the woods as far as any more frost, because look at this, no icicles. Now, tomorrow morning is going to be chilly, but then we really warm up after that. So I think the frost threat is over once we get through this morning, but it is cold out there. 37 Salisbury, 34 Georgetown, 32 in Redden, 36 in Milford and Milton. So that's plenty cold for frost. Inland areas and right along the immediate coast, we're in the 40s, have a bit of a breeze, so you're frost free there. But inland, where the winds are calm and we have the clear conditions, that's where we have the frost right now. So mainly clear. I did notice some clouds earlier this morning. They're starting to sink off to the south. Otherwise, we're looking at high pressure to the north. Easterly flow around that high is pumping in the cooler air. But once this high moves offshore heading into the weekend, we start a big warm up. And out in the plains, they're dealing with days and days of severe weather. Now, that's going to stay off to our west, but I think we'll see some clouds and maybe a shower or two into the weekend as a warm front moves in. Futurecast, this begins at 7 a.m. We're melting the frost with temperatures in the 40s. Lots of sunshine today, so stay in the sun, out of the wind, lower 50s around 9, only 40s along the coast. And I think you're only warming into the low to mid 50s along the coast into this afternoon, while it's well into the 50s inland areas. And then this evening, it's mainly clear. And then as we go through the overnight, I think we're looking at another chilly morning, temperatures down near 40 degrees. But clouds increase tomorrow morning, and we're looking at temperatures warming into the 50s and maybe a few showers with a warm front. And as we go into tomorrow night, still a chance of a few showers, but with the clouds and the breeze, it keeps us a little warmer. Then look at this by Sunday, skyrocketing into the 70s and lower 80s as the winds are easterly, and eventually they do shift to the southeast with time as we go into Saturday evening. And then as we go into Sunday, they start to really crank out of the south, and that's when we'll warm it up. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, big warm up, upper 50s today, 62 on Saturday, maybe a shower close to 80 on Sunday. We're well into the 80s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, maybe another shower chance by Wednesday. Our umbrella winner today is Gary Warren from Salisbury. Congratulations, Gary. You have a brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thank you, Bob. Happening today, Fenwick Island Town Council set to review a request from its police officers. They're looking to add some new equipment to their department. Police Chief Michael Morrissey is asking Town Council for money to buy life rings for police cars and personal flotation devices, or PFDs, for the officers. If approved, the department plans on adding the life rings in each Fenwick Island police car. The chief there says PFDs, like a life vest, would be ready for officers to use when entering the water.
Money well spent. I think that's a small fraction. You can't put a price tag on somebody's life that's out there.
If the life rings and PFDs are approved by council today, Chief Morrissey says the Fenwick Police Department will have the equipment ready for use before summertime. More to come this morning. The man behind the boards at the nation's summer capital will show you his dedication to safety in the summertime.
From festivals to nature, stay tuned for all the events to explore this weekend.
Take the DSN app with you wherever you go and never miss a game from your favorite local team. Whether you're on the road, stuck at the office, or out with friends and family, the DSN app notifies you when your team is on live, so you can watch the game as it happens or watch videos on demand. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV, download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
Honor the life and legacy of Corporal Keith Heacook at Heacook Fest 2024, Friday, April 26th from 5 to 9:30 p.m. Come join the fun at the Kylan Barn Amphitheater at Heron Ponds in Delmar. Enjoy food and drinks, kid-friendly activities, local vendors, and a petting zoo. Plus, jam out with live music from the Amish Outlaws and the Dust and Showers Band. Free admission for all attendees. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
Discover why Gateway Subaru is Delmarva's destination dealership, earning our customers' trust and exceeding expectations. No matter where you live, experience the Gateway difference with our no-pressure sales approach and fair, honest pricing. Plus, Gateway has more in-stock Subaru inventory to choose from than other dealers have combined. Need service fast? Our quick service lane is always ready. No appointment needed. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Don't settle for an average car wash. Transform your vehicle from ordinary to breathtaking with Elite Detailing. From interior vacuuming and shampooing to window tinting and ceramic coating, we offer a range of services to keep your car looking its best with our eco-friendly cleaning solutions. Can't come to the shop? We'll come straight to you with our mobile detailing services. Give your car the elite treatment. Call us today and ask about our monthly specials. Elite Detailing, located between Georgetown and Lewis on US Route 9.
Deal. Or no deal. Welcome to the Banker's Private Island.
We have no idea what's going to happen.
We really don't know what we signed up for.
The biggest prize in Deal or No Deal history. Are you ready to see what's inside?
Deal or No Deal Island, Monday on NBC and Peacock.
Rehoboth Beach has just one employee responsible for fixing all the boardwalk. Rick DeGrassi brought his 30 years of carpentry experience in 2020. He says there's about 12,000 boards on the boardwalk, so this job keeps him busy year-round as he works in any weather condition. DeGrassi turns 59 this summer, and he told CoastTV he hopes to do this job until he's 70.
God willing, I'd like to do this till I'm 70 years old. So I'm going to be 59 this summer, so hopefully another 11 years.
All right, he's got that target retirement day, but right now DeGrassi is ready for the summer season on the boardwalk. Let's bring back First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihy, and we are starting this weekend, Bob, along the coast. We got some cooler conditions to talk about.
Yeah, we're starting with a chilly Friday. You know, it's frosty this morning for many inland areas, Matt, but as we go towards the beaches, you're not frosty, but you're awfully cold. We're looking at a lot of sunshine today, but don't be deceived because we're only warming from the 40s into the low 50s for Assateague and Chincoteague. UV index is high, so that sun's getting really strong, so be careful out there. Fenwick Island and Ocean City, you're only warming into the low to mid 50s, and we've got a stiff easterly wind as well, and a chilly ferry ride up to Cape May. Lewis looking at, we'll say low to mid 50s for you, around 53 or 54, and the same for Rehoboth. Lots of sunshine, but a big warm up into the weekend. No more frost and feeling like summer into early next week. Forecast details coming up in a few minutes.
I am looking forward to that. Thank you, Bob. Pack your sense of adventure and step into the sunshine later today. That sunshine that Bob's talking about. Coast TV news anchor Mallory Metzner has your ultimate guide to this weekend's can't-miss outdoor events and all the cool things to do.
National Park Week runs through Sunday, so get outside this weekend. Whether you're spotting birds, pedaling through scenic routes, or doodling with our canine friends in Dewey. Heacook Fest 2024 is Friday night. The Amish Outlaws and Dust and Showers Band will perform at the amphitheater by Kylan Barn. There will be local vendors, kids' activities, a petting zoo, and more. This event is held at the end of April each year in honor of Corporal Keith Heacook, who was killed in the line of duty 3 years ago. Admission is free. Donations and money raised will go to nonprofits Operation We Care and Behind the Line, benefiting first responders. The world's largest 60-foot tall, 15.5-ton rubber duck will tower over the fan zone at the Dover Motor Speedway during NASCAR weekend. The Ocean to Bay Bike Tour starts at the Christian Conference Center in Bethany Beach. Different routes range up to 50 miles. The 28th annual Spring Delmarva Birding Weekend is flapping into action. There are boat trips in Lewis and Ocean City and paddling trips with the Pocomoke River Canoe Company. This Saturday is Celebrate Trails Day. Worcester County says you can explore the newly established trail system with the Pocomoke River State Park and Forest. Meet at the Lower Shore Land Trust in Snow Hill at 9:30 a.m. to walk through town to Bird Park. A short walk to the start of the Summerfield Trails starts around 10:30 a.m. On Saturday, dine and donate at Blue Coast in Rehoboth to help the Harry K. Foundation fight childhood hunger. Doodles in Dewey is making its return. It's hosted by Paws for People. There will be a romp on the beach Saturday, yoga on the beach Sunday, and yappy hours all weekend long. The Bug and Bud Festival will bring over 200 food and craft vendors and activities for kids to Milford on Saturday. The American Legion Post 28 in Millsboro invites you to park on its lawn that will be displaying the American flag Saturday. A free family-friendly event runs from noon to 4. Camp Rehoboth Women's Fest runs through Sunday. There will be games and workshops alongside musical and comical performances. Looking ahead to events next week, on Monday, it's Diversity Night at Sussex Central High School from 5 to 8 p.m. On Tuesday, a spring senior health fair is at the Food Bank of Delaware in Milford from 10 a.m. to noon. On Thursday, the Worcester County Chamber of Commerce has its first ever mini golf tournament at the 20th Street Knicks Mini Golf in Ocean City from 3 to 5 p.m. And don't forget about the Southern Delaware Kidney Walk in Cape and Lopin State Park on Sunday morning. Our very own Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams is the event MC. For full event schedules, go to the article on CoastTV.com.
Here at North Bay Marina, we know that boaters have the most fun.
Intruders are more likely to target homes with dark zones. Take the bullseye off your house and turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a high-tech security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. During the day, it's disguised as a high-tech security camera. It's completely wireless and installs in just seconds. Powered by solar panels, no batteries needed. It adjusts a full 360 degrees. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. But wait, we can also include a second one. Just pay a separate fee. Plus, we'll give you free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-316-1548 or go online to buybionic360.com. So call 1-800-316-1548 or go to buybionic360.com.
Get wild on your beach vacation at Coastal Wilds. Meet over 35 different animal ambassadors with up-close and hands-on encounters. Swim with otters, hang out with sloths, and even cuddle a kangaroo. Join us for special events like Sippin' with Sloths, Kangaroo Yoga, and more. Only 15 minutes from Ocean City and Bethany Beach. Book your experience today at coastalwilds.org. Coastal Wilds, the world of animals, is waiting for you.
This championship season, prepare to be moved.
Leeds to win the Kentucky Derby.
City win again and again.
You got it, wins the Indianapolis 500.
There is a new grandmaster in tennis.
Allison Corpus makes history.
Wyndham Clark.
U.S. Open champion.
Vanguard wins the Tour de France.
NBC Sports championship season begins with the Kentucky Derby on NBC and Peacock.
Now on Coast TV News.
It's a frosty Friday morning for portions of Delmarva and a frost advisory in effect for Delaware and the eastern shore of Maryland. We're looking at temperatures dipping way down into the mid-30s for some. More on that and a warmer weekend forecast coming up.
Also, more marijuana talks. This was in Lewis on Thursday. When can we actually expect some action on a new policy? Thursday morning mess, what we're learning about this crash involving a pickup truck in a bridge north of Georgetown. Honoring Heacook, the annual event in Delmar that keeps the memory alive of the beloved police officer killed in the line of duty.
This is Coast TV News Today.
April 26, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick, and the time is 5:33 as we have arrived at the weekend. Arriving here with us right now is First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihy. He's going to help you prepare as you make your way out the door. It might be chilly today, Bob.
Might want to locate that ice scraper inland areas of Delmarva, Matt. Yeah, it's frosty out there this morning. You can see all of Delaware under a frost advisory until 9 a.m., excluding the immediate coast. You're warm enough to keep you frost-free, but that also includes areas of the eastern shore. So Seaford, Millsboro, all these cities across Sussex County, with the exception of the coast, under a frost advisory advisory, as is the Eastern Shore right now. 31 in Redden, 36 Delmar, Salisbury 37, 36 in Milton. So this area of interior Delaware and Maryland, frosty, not so along the beaches where you have some 40s and a breeze right now, but it's calm, clear, and cold inland areas, and that is where we have the frost right now with high pressure to the north and the flow around that high. It's cold. It's coming out of the east. So lots of sunshine today. We quickly melt off the frost with a strong easterly wind, warming into the upper 50s, I think, well inland by noon, even towards 113, but only staying in the 50s really much of the afternoon along the beaches, but at least it stays clear. And if you're having fun in the sun, UV index brought to us by Ocean City. It's very high. It's an 8, so burn time is 20 minutes. In fact, we're in that very high range in the next several days. The exception will be Saturday, so make sure you have the higher SPF, find the midday shade, and limit your time outdoors.
Thank you, Bob. Happening today, a grand benefit concert coming to Delmar. It's Heacook Fest 2024. We're expecting to see the Amish Outlaws and Dust and Showers Band to perform at the amphitheater by the Kylan Barn. You can also expect local vendors, kids' activities, the Funny Farm Petting Zoo, and more. What this is an event held at the end of April each year. It honors Corporal Keith Heacook, who was beaten to death in the line of duty this week 3 years ago. And the community event runs from 5 to 9:30 p.m. And while admission is free, donations and money raised will go to nonprofits Operation We Care and Behind the Line. Lewis remains the one community along the Delmarva coast that hasn't made any decisions about what to do about recreational pot. Thursday, the Delaware Marijuana Commissioner attempted to provide some context on state law, and CoastTV's Charles Reinert shows us the biggest takeaways from the presentation.
The clock is ticking for Lewis City Council to make a decision on if and how they will regulate marijuana businesses in town limits. The city just has a few more months to make their choice.
I want to make sure they have the information they need.
To help them along in the process, Delaware's first marijuana commissioner, Robert Koop, gave a presentation that broke down the current law and what the recently legalized plant means in the first state.
I felt like from the questions they were asking me that, they were prepared. They're kind of dialed into the topic. They see both sides of the discussion, the debate, and whatever they decide, I really think they're giving it the proper thought and really considering all the options.
Under state law, towns have the authority to ban marijuana-based businesses, like shops or growing facilities, in their jurisdictions. Multiple towns along the coast, like Rehoboth Beach and Bethany Beach, have already chosen to say no to pot. Lewis City Council members asked a lot of questions Thursday, from how much money the state would make in sales tax to what would happen if they chose to not take any action at all.
While the clock is ticking for the city of Lewis to make a decision, the Office of the Marijuana Commissioner also has some big dates coming up, with the closest one being July 11th. And that's when the state is looking to adopt regulations for licensing marijuana businesses. I'm Charles Reinert in Lewis, CoastTV News.
And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what should Lewis prioritize in marijuana policy? And so far, most people are voting for regulation. Well, that's got the most votes, I should say, 48%. But followed that is accessibility, and then single digits for safety and education. If you have not voted yet, you can still do so at coasttv.com or our mobile app. Big topic at Thursday's Lewis City Council meeting was also affordable housing. New rules for tiny homes were presented. You can see an example of one here on your screen. The proposed rules would simplify approvals without extra zoning permissions, but there could be a snag. Delaware Senate Bill 23 could impose stricter standards, potentially affecting these plans, and if that bill fails, the City of Lewis plans to issue up to 40 ADU permits in the first year with rental incentives. Take a look at some of the pictures we're going to show you here on your screen. This is an accident Thursday morning in Georgetown, south of Route 5 intersection near Harbison. The Georgetown Fire Company says it happened after 7 a.m. on Route 9. You can see the pickup truck had ran into the guardrail there, and the guardrail is actually laying on the roadway after that collision. Traffic was backed up. It slowed the morning commute. We do not have any updates about any injuries at this time. Still a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere. Coming up, striped bass ban. We'll tell you why the Maryland Department of Resources put a hold on striped bass fishing until mid-May. Also, we have a recap of round 1 of the NFL draft as Washington hopes to end that search for a franchise quarterback. And Bethany Beach Bike Study aims to make biking safer. We'll tell you when you can learn more about plans for the project from DelDOT. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
On Coast Life, join us as we celebrate Arbor Day with a local tree planting event and celebration at a local elementary school. Plus, meet our adorable pet of the week who's looking for a forever home. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
Whether it's your first time betting or you've been gambling for years, have a plan and know the game. Be aware of the rules and odds before you gamble. Set a budget and never gamble with money you can't afford to lose. Take a break and consider teaming up with trusted friends to help you stick to your budget. Remember, if you or a loved one has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER 24/7 or go to helpmygamblingproblem.org for free confidential services.
When you visit the Delmarva Design Center, you'll experience a selection of appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring all together in one showroom. The 10,000 square foot location has a variety of inspiring samples for any project size or budget. Your dedicated product experts and designers collaborate to bring your dream project to life. Come and see what the kitchen industry buzz is all about. Experience the Delmarva Design Center in Selbyville, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva's coast.
We traveled the country and the world looking for cool gems and antiques just for you, bringing a unique collection of items for the most interesting store at the beach. Here at Buddhas and Beads, we also buy estate jewelry, costume jewelry, gold and silver, or any antiques. We're always looking to build our collection. We buy one piece or an entire estate. We got a super cool shop, great prices, and we pay the most for your gold and silver. Come on in to Buddhas and Beads on Rehoboth Avenue.
Ding dong! What do you want for lunch?
One of the most looked up words was Riz, which is slang for charisma. But if you have to look it up, you ain't got it.
541 on this frosty Friday morning. Spicer Brothers camera, marginal temperatures for frost for you in Salisbury, around 38 degrees. So some of those elevated objects, metal, certainly could see some frost, as we do have a frost advisory for a good part of inland Delmarva. Right along the coast, we don't have that, but across Sussex County, much of Delaware, and back to the eastern shore through 9 a.m. Protect your plants, because we're seeing the frost. And look at these cold temperatures from Salisbury up to about Milton and Milford, all cold enough for frost. Even below freezing right now in Redden. A bit of a breeze along the coast, mixing things up and keeping you frost-free. Here's your golf forecast. Lots of sunshine, but you want to bundle up. Wear some loose-fitted clothing so you can swing through that golf ball. And I have it in the good range right now. 58 on the golf course. Sunny skies and still kind of cool. Call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone. Another way to get your forecast. 443-880-9100 is the number. It is sponsored by Baird, Mendalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
Happening today, it's the last day to tell Lewis officials what you think about two ordinances. The city's considering changing the freeboard requirement. That would change how high a building must be off the ground or above flood level. The second one reduces maximum lot coverage by 5%. So in a nutshell, lot coverage is how much of a property is covered by buildings. Comments for both of these ordinances are accepted until 4 p.m. today. DelDOT wants to make biking from Bethany Beach to the Indian River Inlet Bridge safer. A public workshop will be held on the North Bethany Beach Bicycle and Pedestrian Corridor Study. And if you have any feedback or ideas for biking in this area, you can stop by the South Coastal Library on May 8th from 5 to 7 p.m. And DelDOT says possible solutions so far might be closing or consolidating median crossovers, shared use paths, protected bike lanes, dedicated right turn lanes, sidewalks, and crossing improvements. We have a series in the first round of the NBA playoffs. Joel Embiid scored 50. Yes, 50 points. Big night for the big guy in the 76ers win over the Knicks. The home team has won every game so far. Game 4, Sunday at the Center in South Philly. NASCAR weekend has arrived in Delaware later this afternoon. The appetizer of Xfinity qualifying in the ARCA race. On Saturday morning, the Cup drivers will take to the mile concrete track at Dover Motor Speedway. It is called the Monster Mile, and what is unique is the 24 degrees of banking in the corners. With speeds of over 180 miles per hour for 400 laps, it leaves some drivers with the feeling of being at an amusement park.
The way I see Dover, you have to be in a rhythm. It's almost like a roller coaster, like everything that goes down has to go up and up, down, and you have to be in a rhythm, and whatever it takes to be able to go fast in Dover, whatever that is, I have it because it has worked for me in several different series.
Big roller coaster ride. We always talk about you're dropping 2 stories down into the corner and climbing that back up on exit. And it's every bit of that. So, and then to do it for 400 laps, it takes it out of you. It's tough. So I enjoy it. I like how the track moves around a lot, how we lay rubber down. So yeah, and I like the food up there too.
All right, so Blaney told me he likes the seafood in Delaware. Cup qualifying later tomorrow morning, and then that roller coaster will be in full effect on Sunday just after 2 p.m.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. What a great night it was for the NFL draft. And last night, 3 of our local teams had first-round picks. We start off with the Washington Commanders. With the second pick, they select Jaden Daniels, LSU's Heisman winner. The quarterback has a great command in the pocket and is perfect for the NFL with his playing style and his ability to run the ball as a quarterback. Daniels' ability to rip off 50-yard runs and have a solid arm is something the Washington Commanders could use as they look to compete in the NFC East under the new ownership. And the Philadelphia Eagles in the first round with the 22nd pick selected cornerback Quinyon Mitchell from Toledo. A great addition to the secondary and outside corner who shut down the MAC Conference, has elite speed, ball protection, and timing, can play zone and man, had 0 penalties last season and just 1 in 2022. And with the 30th pick in the first round, the Baltimore Ravens select Nate Wiggins, cornerback from Clemson. He has 2 career interceptions returned for a touchdown and had a 4.28 in the 40-yard dash, which was the second fastest among participants. A successful round 1 for our local teams. That over sports. Have a great day, everybody.
I think booing the commissioner is tradition at the NFL draft. We're looking at beautiful clear skies on our Tidal Health Cam this morning, but that's producing frost. 37 in Salisbury, so leave extra time to scrape the frost this morning. Otherwise, chilly day, lots of sunshine, but a big warm up into the weekend, and especially next week. I'll have your full forecast coming up in 2 minutes.
Draper Media seeks a detail-oriented overnight operations technician. This crucial role involves monitoring and managing over-the-air and content, plus quality control. Successful candidates are proactive problem solvers with knowledge in broadcasting systems like Grass Valley Ignite and Sony ELC. This position requires night, early morning, and weekend shifts. Apply today at drapermediajobs.com. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer. What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable power plant, smart pressure sensor, and custom nozzles. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Get your complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for just $79.99 and get free shipping. Plus, we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Order now.
It's always a good time to protect and improve your home's value. At Pinnacle Concrete Coatings, our highly trained experts are dedicated to creating beautiful, durable floors at a fair, honest price. And most jobs are completed in just 1 day. Our multi-step process uses heavy-duty, high-precision equipment to create gorgeous floors that stand the test of time. 4 times stronger than epoxy and resistant to abrasions, chemicals, and UV damage. And all residential applications are backed by a lifetime warranty. Call to schedule your free estimate. Pinnacle Concrete Coatings, because quality matters.
Prepare for an adrenaline rush like never before. Delmarva Sports Network is your destination for all the heart-pounding action of spring sports. From breathtaking strikeouts to awe-inspiring goals. Dive into the world of baseball, softball, boys and girls lacrosse, and girls soccer. DSN, where hometown heroes transform into legends and where champions are forged. Don't miss a single moment of unforgettable action. Delmarva Sports Network. Local teams, big dreams.
Approaching 5:49 on this Friday morning, and we have a live look for you here at Salisbury. Chilly there, chilly all over Delmarva. We've got 30-degree temperatures. Not great, Bob. Not great.
And you say that's a popular meme?
Yeah, from Mad Men.
On the interweb, on Mad Men. Okay. Well, I'm only the messenger. I'm delivering the information. I don't make it frosty. I just, it's just the way it is. We have the clear skies and calm conditions out there. Hope you protected your plants last night and this morning, as it is awfully frosty. And that frost advisory goes until 9 a.m., including all of interior Delaware, excluding the coast where you have a little bit of a breeze right now. Some Lewis down to Fenwick Island. You don't have to worry about the frost there, but then you go westward inland, and that's where we have the frost. Sussex County, the rest of Delaware, and the eastern shore as well through mid-morning. And then we'll start to melt it off. And the good news is no big icicles the next several days. We're down near 40 degrees tomorrow morning, and then after that, we're well into the 40s and 50s. So I think this is the last frost maybe of the season, but it's a cold one. 31 Redden, 34 Georgetown, 37 in Salisbury and Delmar, 38 in Seaford. But right along the immediate coast, you have warmer conditions, a bit of a breeze, and temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. You can see that breeze along the coast right now, but inland it is calm, it's clear, and that's why we're seeing that frost right now with mainly clear skies. We've seen a few clouds drifting through this morning. Otherwise, lots of sunshine expected today with high pressure beginning to move offshore. Easterly flow will keep us awfully cold. A few clouds farther back to the west, and we are looking at some showers across the central plains right now. They're looking at days of severe weather out there, but that will be staying to the west. Maybe a shower or two heading into the weekend. Here's Futurecast as we go through this morning. Here's 7 a.m. Looking at temperatures in the 40s, so we're quickly melting off the frost, and we're warming through the 50s. By noon, we're looking at mid-50s along the 113 corridor, upper 50s from Salisbury to Seaford, but only 40s and 50s along the coast, so very chilly along the beaches, even though we have the sunshine. But then we're warming into the mid to upper 50s farther inland. And then through the overnight tonight, not as cold as we'll see temperatures down near about 40 degrees, and then they're actually rising towards Saturday morning. Increasing clouds, winds picking up from the southeast, and we're into the upper 50s, even lower 60s into the afternoon. And we can't rule out a few showers with the warm front moving through. Not a big deal, not going to wash out your plants. Some of those could continue into Sunday morning, and then we get into a strong southerly flow. And look at this, 70s and lower 80s by Sunday afternoon. Really, really nice as we see those winds easterly today, and then they start to bend out of the southeast as we go into Saturday evening, and then they start to come in out of the south on Sunday, and that's when we'll really start to see those temperatures skyrocket. And you can see that in our Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 58 today with the sunshine, 40 Saturday morning, and then 62 on Saturday, maybe a stray shower, and close to 80 on Sunday. So here come the summer-like temperatures, 84 on Monday, 80s Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe a shower chance Wednesday, and then drier on Thursday. A little taste of summer next week.
All right. Thank you, Bob. Here's something to keep in mind if you like to go fishing on Delmarva. The Maryland Department of Resources is reminding fishermen that you cannot catch striped bass in the Chesapeake Bay or its tributaries until May 15th. Emergency regulations were put into place to try to protect striped bass after several years of below-average spawning success. Fishermen are encouraged to target other fish during this closure, like the invasive blue catfish. Up next, more and more Americans are hitting a mental wall. We'll show you how to recognize the signs and beat burnout. Stay with us on CoastTV News today.
Dateline tonight.
I had no clue what I was about to get involved with.
A shape-shifting killer.
My mom is dead.
Things are starting to snowball here.
What woman dies tonight?
Could this evil be stopped? Dateline tonight, 9/8 Central.
We make a good team.
I'm like Batman Robin.
I'm not Robin.
That's a lot of money.
Don't get any crazy ideas.
Sometimes you have to eliminate a friend to win it all. Bob, forgive me.
Deal or No Deal Island, Monday on NBC and Peacock.
Michael Anderson of Anderson Wealth Management has the strategies you need to help plan your retirement. Catch Wise Money right here on WRDE.
Our soldiers are heroes who protect our country. But when they come home, it's up to us to help our heroes. Now, during FH First Spring into Giving campaign, for every $29 cooling system tune-up we perform, we'll donate that amount directly to Wounded Warrior Project. FH Fur Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical. Call 877-CALL-FUR or visit FHFur.com to schedule your $29 cooling system tune-up. And use hashtag SpringIntoGiving to share how you're giving back.
Turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. Plus, get free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-316-1548 or go online to buybionic360.com. Call now.
Stay ahead of our ever-changing coastal climate with the CoastTV First Alert Weather Team. From the early morning to the late evening, our team is always at work to deliver the accurate forecasts you need. Whether bracing for a stormy day or enjoying a peaceful indoor moment, we're here to ensure you're fully prepared for Delmarva's diverse weather patterns. The CoastTV First Alert Weather Team. With us, the weather is more than a forecast. It's a part of life.
Taking you back to the decade of neon colors, big hair, and of course, great music. Join me, April, every morning at 8 a.m. on 107.1 The Duck as I play some of your favorite tunes from back in the day. It's April's Awesome 80s, sponsored by Easton Auto Care and Denton Auto Care and Tire.
Heavy workloads and deadline pressures have more and more people feeling fatigued, unmotivated, downright exhausted. A new report reveals more than 38% of people say they are experiencing burnout. As Alexa Lorenzo shows us, it is important to know the signs and make changes before it's too late.
Burnout is always workplace associated, and depression isn't.
People aged 18 to 24 are experiencing burnout at the highest rate. 57% of people who are burnt out say they're less productive at work and produce lower quality work. How can you spot it?
Burnout is usually a constellation of 3 things. One is emotional exhaustion. The second one is cynicism or depersonalization, meaning sort of you're going through your day and you're not as connected to your colleagues or to the work as you were before. And the third thing is a reduced sense of personal accomplishment.
One telltale sign, you're angry at your inbox.
So if someone sends me an email and I get really mad, I shouldn't be that mad at an email. So that tends to be an earlier sign.
Another sign?
Adjustments to your schedule that might not seem like a big thing, but you love to cook and all of a sudden you're ordering takeout every day. You like to exercise and all of a sudden you just don't have it in you to exercise as much.
So what can you do about it? Psychiatrist Jesse Gold says find ways to take back control. Prioritize self-care by getting enough sleep, exercising, and making social connections. Also, change your daily routine.
Don't check email constantly. Take your email off your phone if you have to.
Find peer support and look for new challenges at work. Most importantly, don't ignore it. I'm Alexa Lorenzo reporting.
5:57 this morning, time to check in with our coastal pet of the day. And today's coastal pet comes to us from the Brandywine Valley SPCA. On your screen right now, we got a furry bundle of fun named Wilbur. Look at Wilbur there, 6 years old, and he cannot wait to find his forever home. Show off his fantastic personality. We want to see more of your pets. Send us photos. Tell us what makes them so special. You can click that QR code above Wilbur there on your screen. That way you can submit your furry friends to us, then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all of the pets we feature. We're approaching 5:58 now, and Bob, there's going to be a little shock to your system. If you head out the door, we got a chilly start going on.
Yes, we do. We've got some frost out there, interior areas of Delmarva, Matt. That's Delaware and Maryland as well. So you're scraping some frost this morning and temperatures in the 30s, but then sunshine warms us up. But we have a stiff easterly wind. We're only warming into the upper 50s inland and low to mid 50s along the coast, but there is a warm up on the way. Paul Davis 10-day forecast, 40 to start the day Saturday, 62 Saturday, maybe a stray shower, but then close to 80 Sunday. We're well into the 80s early next week, maybe a shower chance Wednesday, and then again Friday, but not a lot of rain.
All right, thank you, Bob. Coming up in our next hour, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 coastal communities attempting to get the authority to raise tax rates on visiting vacationers. That and more as we continue on Coast TV News Today.